Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our political conversation. Today we are going to talk about the the speech that the U.S. ambassador to Kenya, Mega Whitman, had to give during the devolution conference in Eldoret, and her speech actually made the leader of opposition and the opposition fraternity in Kenya to come out so much annoyed because of that speech. And actually, they told the US ambassador that she should keep off Kenyan politics because she does not understand how Kenya politics work. So that's actually what we are going to discuss about. But before we do that, I could request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and always remember to hit the notification bell so that at any moment we come up with any political content, then YouTube can be in the position to notify you so that you can watch the content. And also give our videos a like and share our videos to your friends. And if they are lovers of politics, then request them to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, let us go back to the discussion of the day. The US ambassador, Margaret Whitman, actually came out when he was actually giving her speech during the devolution conference in Eldoret. She said that Kenya had the most fairest election. Kenya had the most freest election, and it had the most credible election that Kenya ever had. And she went forward to say that the way the election was done was the most democratic way in Africa. And those words have actually anchored the opposition side, and the leader of opposition, Raila Amolo Odinga, has come out to condemn the US envoy to Kenya, Margaret Whitman, and Raila Amolo Odinga has told her that she should keep off Kenyan politics because she does not understand more about the political space in Kenya. So before we continue analyzing about that, I could give you first the speech of the US envoy to Kenya so that you can hear what she had to say. Here, please listen to this carefully.
Let's zoom in on how I'm talking about why Kenya should be everyone's destination in Africa. Kenya is the most stable democracy in Africa. Kenya is the gateway to the East African market of almost 500 million consumers. Kenya is the regional logistics hub. Kenya is the leading regional financial hub. And Kenya, with its Silicon Savannah and super smart engineers, is the region's ICT hub. Kenya is a leading destination for foreign direct investment and venture capital. And Kenya has a young, educated, entrepreneurial, and English-speaking workforce. Kenya generates, as I said, over 93% of its energy from renewable sources. And Kenya's largest export market is the United States. Let me repeat, Kenya's largest export is the United States, and we feel Kenya is ready for liftoff as it diversifies. Let me unpack a couple of these areas. Democracy. I arrived in Kenya days before the August 22 general elections. What I witnessed was nothing short of remarkable. Kenya held what many analysts and commentators say was the freest, fairest, and most credible election in Kenyan history. The elections were observed by international and local election organizations, and the results were upheld by the Kenyan Supreme Court, and power was transferred orderly and peacefully at the time.
After listening to that, you can now know why the leader of opposition was actually very furious, because the US envoy to Kenya, she had to tell the public that August 2022 presidential election was fairest, was freest, and was very credible. Even she went further to tell the Kenyans that even the international community and the local observers agreed that the election was quite credible. And she went further to say that even the Supreme Court of Kenya upheld that election as the most credible election that Kenya ever had. So Raila Amolo Odinga actually was so much annoyed with that. Remember Raila Amolo Odinga, they have always said that the 2022 presidential election was stolen. So that means their victory was stolen, and they wanted an audit to be done to the servers so that the Kenyans can know who really won the presidential election, because Raila Amolo Odinga believes that he won the 2022 presidential election. And that's why we are having nowadays what we call the bipartisan talk. So Raila Amolo Odinga was actually so much annoyed with the US ambassador to Kenya. And when it came to the time that Raila Amolo Odinga was to have or was to address the devolution conference in Eldoret, this is actually what he had to say. Please listen to this carefully.
Seeing what is in the media today and also seeing what was said yesterday, I wondered what I should term my talk to you today. I looked at all the messages were given yesterday, and I said, maybe, it's like Swahili say, that nyani haoni kundule. That means that the baboon does not see its back or its buttocks. So when the baboons are up on the tree, the one which is lower down looks at the one which is higher up and saying, ngef, ngef. And laughs at the other one, saying that his buttocks are red. And he does not know that his buttocks are also red. This is what I saw yesterday. And maybe when I talk, you would realize what I mean. I want to conclude by referring to what Governor Jonathan B. said, the host governor, that they are expecting bumper harvest in this region because they did mandamanos in the farms instead of doing the mandamanos on the streets or carrying sufurias. I want to tell him that this katiba that we have is a product of mandamano. And I also want to remind that if mandamano can help families whose children were cheated or money being taken to Finland, there's nothing wrong with mandamano. What is wrong is police brutality. And finally, we want to tell a rogue ambassador, leave Kenyans alone. If Mandamano can lead to a dialogue between Ichungwa and Kalonzo, everything is good with Mandamano. Tell the rogue ambassador, Kenya is not United States. Kenya is not a colony of the United States. Keep your mouth shut when you hear. Otherwise, you will call for your recall back to your country. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
So that's what Raila Amolo Odinga had to tell the U.S. ambassador. He told the U.S. ambassador that she should keep off Kenyan politics. She must know that this is Kenya and this is not U.S. He also told the U.S. ambassador that she must know that if Maandamano can lead to dialogue between Ichungwa and Kalonzo, then everything is good with Maandamano. Kenya is not US, and that Kenya is not a colony of US, and that's why Raila Amolo Odinga had to tell the US ambassador that she should shut her mouth, and otherwise they're going to tell their country to recall her back to home. So that's how Raila Amolo Odinga was actually annoyed with the words of U.S. ambassador. So I don't know what's your take about that. I could like you to drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to pump into this YouTube channel, I could request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell, because that is the only way you can always get notification to watch our content whenever we upload them into YouTube. And please share our videos to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel too. And lastly, always whenever you come across to our videos, then always give them a like. And for those ones who have subscribed to our YouTube channel, I say thank you. May God bless you abundantly. And with that, I say adios.